The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
G'day there. Fluoride is a funny old thing. I like it personally, not too much, just enough to help out in the water. And I know that not everyone agrees with that view, but science, I think, is on our side. Before he left his job, why am I telling you this, you're asking? Before he left his job, Ashley Bloomfield, you remember, he issued an edict to a number of councils to fluoridate the local water. He had the power to compel them to do it. Now, most have done this. Some have been a bit angsty about it. Tauranga was in the news lately. They weren't thrilled. But the problem was, if you didn't, you can be fined a couple of $100,000 and then $10,000 a day for each day after that if you don't follow the rules. Now, Whangarei had a vote on Friday, this past Friday, and guess what they voted? Well, they voted not to. Their argument was several-fold. By the way, it was a very tight vote, 7-6. The public gallery apparently was full. I can bet who it was full of. Anyway, the mayor says fluoride won't help the local area's dental hygiene, which is, of course, complete nonsense, and probably why we have people specialising in the health area as opposed to councillors who generally specialise, of course, in nothing. They also argued the area didn't want it. A decent question to ask is, does that matter? I mean, are there areas and issues where the locals actually don't get a say, kind of like we don't get to set our own speed limits or whether we pay our taxes? Or do you argue at local level, democracy is everything? Mind you, even if you did argue that, they didn't poll everybody, so who knows what the locals in totality think. Interesting thing for me is this an issue you really want to die on a hill over? I mean, if you're a council in the northern part of this country, are you honestly telling me this is as pressing as it gets? I mean, forget about the dilapidated state of the place, the fact that it gets cut off from the rest of New Zealand far too often, the grinding poverty, the health issues. I mean, how long do you want the list to be? Oh no, we'll defy Wellington and get fined over fluoride. See, too many councils nationally of late are not giving local representation a good name, and this lot aren't helping.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.